Hey everybody, welcome to OPWU for July 6th, 2020. This is the second week of DEArtfest. I had the hardest time curating fan art of the week this week. It was one of the hardest fan art of the weeks I've ever done. It was so difficult. I picked 15 pieces or 14 pieces today, and that alone was just so difficult. So what I will say is that with fan art and DEArtfest, I think I'm going to have enough to do another showcase at the end of the month. So if you don't make it into fan art of the week this week, stay tuned. You'll likely be included in the showcase at the end of the month. So we did that for Detroit Evolution. Right after Evolution came out, I brought Michael and Maximilian on. So I would maybe have some guests on for that where we look at all the results of DEArtfest. Probably going to end up being a Saturday stream as well, maybe August 1st. So, like, stay tuned for that. I don't know if I'm going to do OPWU time slot or if I'm going to do Saturday time slot. But either way, like, I think that that's just inevitable after this wonderful first 5 or 6 days of Artfest that we've had so far. You guys are giving me way too much stuff to just honor a little bit of it every week. So that's the first announcement of the week of what is kind of many. You kind of can't see what one of them might be, but this is coming up. Actually, I think I might go ahead and talk about this. So today on OPWU, we're going to be talking about new merch, Patreon stuff this week, Twitch stuff this week, and of course showcasing some of the amazing fan art that you guys have given to DEArtfest this week. And fanfics, as Sydney says. Yes, absolutely. The fanfics. Guys, you've posted like 50 fanfics in the tag in the past 6 days. It's unbelievable. I literally have not been able to read them all. So for sure, shout out to the fanfics. I might even find a way of like of honoring the fanfics in some way, or like doing recommendations. Maybe I'll do a thread. I don't know. But I absolutely feel like the fanfic needs a nod because there's been some really good stuff that just keeps coming. Especially shout out to Sparrow for doing a 20,000 word fanfic on day one. That's dedication. But anyway, so merch this week. We got 3 new awesome things on the Etsy store right now. You can go to etsy.com/shop/octopunkmedia to take a look at our new stuff. This sort of varies across different things that Octopunk offers. But the Octopunk Iggy charms were kind of popular, so I was like, let me try some other acrylic charms. This might be cute. So the first one I got was a Live Scream acrylic charm. This is available in necklace, keychain, and charm. You can get any of these at the Etsy store. This is the controller from Live Scream. So you can honor it as Live Scream, or if you're into just horror games, if it's just like an iconography of horror video gaming for you, that's also cool. I think that it can go kind of both ways, but this is an acrylic charm, and the necklaces are available in white, black, and brown cords, and this is true for all of our charms. But the one I'm wearing around my neck right now might be a little more familiar to you. This is I Feel Plenty with a Therium pump. We have a sticker that's available previously, but for now, this is also available in an acrylic charm. I love this design. This was designed by Mar last year, donated to me in honor of Detroit Awakening, and now it can be around your neck all of the time, close to your own Therium pump, or on your keys, or as just a charm for you to do whatever you want with. So this also, alongside the Live Scream charm, they are in limited supply. I only have 10 of each. I did a very limited run in this first go at it because I wasn't sure how well they'd do. But you can kind of see this is about the size. They're kind of big, but definitely small enough to keep around your neck. The Live Scream one's a little smaller. But yeah, there's only 10 of these available and only 10 of the Live Scream ones. So if you want it, go on Etsy store and hop on that right now. It's already up. And but that's not all. We have one more thing on the merch store on the Etsy store as well. And I want to answer somebody in the chat asked, will there be more stickers on Redbubble? I don't have any planned at the moment, but it's going to be one of those things of I'm still sort of doing other things right now instead of designing merch. But Seven Deadly Synths is coming out next month, and when Synths comes out, there's going to be a whole line of like new Synths stuff that's going to be on both Redbubble and Etsy. I already have stuff for the Etsy store for Synths, which is awesome, but I think I'm going to be doing some stuff for Redbubble as well. So yeah, get hyped for that. And then we actually, you know what? I have one more announcement. I have one more announcement to make this OPWU. All right. And I'll save it for the end. How about that? I got one more announcement. I'll save it for the end. Don't let me fucking forget, because I will. I'll be like, oh, and then bye, and you'll be like, what the hell was she gonna say? Don't let me forget. I have one more announcement to make at the end, because it does kind of tie in to kind of the state of like Octopunk media in the world, and also it will relate to merch too. So anyway, one more announcement at the end that I've just now remembered. But we have one more merch thing for now. And this is more Read 900 stickers. This is your familiar design, but it's a little different than the one that's already on the Etsy store. It is a die cut design, and it's clear. It's pretty much best suited for like a car decal, I think. So I've put it on the back of my car. I've also put it on one of my journals. It's really cute, and this is available on the Etsy store now for $3.50, like all of the stickers. Free worldwide shipping. I will ship this to you anywhere for free. It may take 10 weeks. I've seen that a lot of international orders have taken a very, very long time to arrive. But please be patient and cross your fingers. And if you're domestic, you shouldn't have any issue. But yeah, I think that this is cool. And as somebody says, I'm going to make my parents' car gay. Or Joe says, I'm going to make my parents' car gay. They won't know. I mean, you can put this on your car and nobody will know like what it references. But it allows you to kind of like, you know, stick with that flair or whatever. These came out really well. They're like clear rimmed. They have like a clear die cut around them. I'm really happy with how they came out, and it looks really sweet on my car next to my R2D2 car decal with a Mickey Mouse balloon. It's very cute. Oh, thank you, Sammy S, for the gift sub. That's very sweet. So yeah, all that's available on the Etsy store right now. All three things. You've got your live stream charm, your I Feel Plenty charm, and your Read 900 car decals, all available on Etsy. So hop on over there if you're interested. Like I said, I have some 7 Deadly Synths stuff that I've already ordered. It's in my drawer. I just don't want to announce it yet. I'm not going to announce it till Synths comes out. And then, so that'll be in August. You'll have a lot more Synths merch to choose from. And you may very well have more Detroit Evolution or Read 900 stuff coming out. I actually have a design. I have a design that I don't know if I want to like order it. It's one of those things where like maybe I'll put it up on Twitter and do a poll or something. And if you guys are interested in it, maybe I'll order it, because it's one of those designs where I'm like, I could put this on Etsy. Or it's kind of similar to stuff I've already done, so I don't know if it's worth like if it's worth putting on the store. I don't know. It's kind of cute. Maybe I'll throw it up on Twitter and you guys can kind of judge and see if it's something that is like, oh my God, please, I want to have this. Or if it's like, no, okay, that's like too similar to other stuff. I want your honest opinion though. I don't want you like to tell me it's great and then I order it and then it's just like nobody cares. So, as far as other stuff we've got this week, remember that it is still DEArtfest. We have some awesome prompts coming up this week. Today is Amnesia Day. Tomorrow, or as today in some parts of the world, is Time Travel Time Loop Day. You can do Groundhog Fix, you can do Bill and Ted crossover, which would be amazing. I would love to see that. Please, somebody, God, do that. And we've also got Dancing, Mermaid AU, Sick Fic, All Human AU, and 5+1. I'm so excited about some of these in particular, especially Sick Fic and 5+1. And Dancing. Oh my God, there's so many good ones. So yeah, continue making stuff for DEArtfest. I love your fics. I love your art. I love your cosplay. Everything that you guys are doing is fantastic. And thank you for supporting each other during this as well, because it's not a competition. It's not a challenge. If you can't make every day, it's okay. We just want you to be able to even just like be a spectator of it and enjoy other people's stuff, because that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm just like spectating and enjoying other people's stuff. The only moment where I was like, okay, maybe I should participate was Detroit Evolution Noire, which I believe is the 16th. As you know, if you follow me on Twitter, I was posting some black and white pictures from DE and thinking, oh, maybe like a black and white DE version would like be cool. I talked about this a little bit on my last stream, the editing stream on Saturday that is now on YouTube. What the plans for that are, I can say definitively, you're not going to get DE Noire on July 16th. You're not going to get it on Noire Day, but you will find out what my plans for DE Noire are on July 16th. So fingers crossed for that. I do have plans. It's one of those situations where I love it, I'm gonna do it, but I have to do it right. And in order to do it right, I need more than 12 days. So, yeah, like you'll find out what the plans are for that, and we'll talk about that on the 16th. And I don't know if the 16th is going to be, oh, no, it wouldn't be a Tuesday because that's like 10 days from now. I guess it'll be a Thursday. But yeah, you'll find out about, you know, my plans for DE Noire on the 16th. That'll be my participation in Artfest, because I'm really supposed to be working on the DE Blu-ray right now and finishing Synths for August. So those are the two things that are occupying most of my time, alongside streaming 5 times a week and all that. So I unfortunately can't participate, but I love absorbing all of the genius of all of you guys and also reading all the fics and everything. So yeah. As far as other things we've got coming up, speaking of Twitch this week, we have 5 streams. Remember, we're still doing bonus streams on Friday with Greg, featuring A Way Out Part 2. We're doing not finishing The Last of Us, but continuing our playthrough of The Last of Us. I think we're over halfway through at this point. So probably 4 more episodes of The Last of Us, starting, today or tomorrow with episode 6 at noon. On Thursday, we're doing Animal Crossing. Yes, there's been an update to Animal Crossing. You can now swim. Austin's going to try to get me a house. It's just like real life. It's going to be great. So that'll be 6 p.m. on Thursday. Our last Animal Crossing stream you guys really seem to like. We went to Austin's I Quit Island, and it was a lot of fun. And he basically just like set me up. And then we went to, and then on Saturday at noon, we have the 7 Deadly Scents live edit. So this is the first non-Detroit Evolution edit or stream that we've got on Saturday. I've decided there's a scene there's like a deleted scene in the festival version of Scents that I want to restore to Scents for the cut that you guys see, but I haven't edited yet. There's like a whole scene for Scents that I never edited, so that's what I'll be doing on Saturday. For those of you who watched the stream last Saturday that was about editing and color grading and that sort of thing, I kind of just like walked you through the principles of it. The stream on Saturday is going to be more practical. I'm not going to be like narrating necessarily as I go through. It's going to be very chill. You're actually going to be watching me step by step do it live. And I'll try to keep it interesting. Like I'll try to maybe like throw in some music or like, at least walk you through my thought process as I'm going through things. But it's a lot more like, this is a witnessing of this scene coming to life, like, before your eyes. And it also gives you a chance to get a little bit of a sneak preview of 7 Deadly Scents. So that's going to be on Saturday at noon. Coming up on Patreon this week, I really got too busy, honestly, last Wednesday to post my playlist, so that's going to come this Wednesday for $1 patrons. And then Friday, we have a new short film called Killer Assistant. That's going to be not just for $5 patrons and up, but for all patrons. $1 and up, all patrons will be able to watch this new short mockumentary called Killer Assistant about the personal assistants of famous movie killers. You can see the trailer on our page. I'll also be posting the trailer a couple times this week in a couple different places, so you can see that. I did not direct Killer Assistant. I helped produce it. The director is Michael Whaley, who's going to be directing On the Road Again with Maximilian and Michael. That's coming up. And also, Michael Whaley was our BTS videographer. His house is Gavin's apartment in DE. His warehouse is the warehouse that they fight Ada in. He provided a lot of locations and has helped me out a lot as a filmmaker over the years. And this is a fun film. It also stars Gunnar Willis, who stars in Live Scream. So if you've seen Live Scream, you're familiar with Gunnar and his abilities. So check out Killer Assistant for just $1 on Friday on Patreon.
Yeah. Why do you sit here?
This is what we've got coming up on YouTube
What are you doing?
this week. You're making me laugh too much. Keep the floor.
You two always sit down. What's up with that?
This conversation.
What's up with the sitting?
Shut the fuck up, Craig. I'm trying to do a pull-up.
can do
I
it!
can't.
I'm cheering you on.
For fuck's sake. Ah!
I'm gonna ask this guy why he's sitting.
Give up. Yes, so that was A Way Out with me and Greg, part 1. That's coming to YouTube on Wednesday. These are the audio outtakes version 2 that are coming to YouTube on Friday. That was shared... hold on. That was shared with patrons this weekend, so if you want to get that early, you can join Patreon for $5 and up, but it will be on YouTube on Friday, and then, as usual, on Thursday, we'll be sharing more compositions from Detroit Evolution from Austin. Yes, Greg was very supportive. You got to go back. If you want to jump on the VOD for A Way Out, I encourage it. It's on Twitch right now. Shout out to Joe for the highlight of the stream where Joe was like, when you're so dummy thick, the clap of your ass cheeks alerts all the guards. And that just became absolutely fantastic as very thick Vincent was walking naked through the prison. And of course, Greg has learned the word himbo now and won't let it go. So it's just constant. But that will be coming to YouTube on Wednesday for those of you who missed it. Also, it will be an edited cut to where I'll be taking Greg's high definition webcam and layering it over my stream. So it'll be kind of a combination of both of our streams to make sure both of our webcams look good, both of us sound good and everything like that. So it'll be in as Let's Play style as it possibly can be, also without the 30 minutes of technical difficulty bullshit in the beginning of that stream. Thank you guys for hanging in there, those of you who attended, because that was a trial. But now we figured it out. We know that all I have to do is stream from downstairs and that fixes it. So all I'm going to do on Friday for part 2 is just stream downstairs, and it should be great right out the gate. So definitely go check that out on Wednesday on YouTube to get caught up before we do the stream on Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern. And now, the part where we've all waited, Fanart of the Week, which is more also known as Michelle cries into her coffee as she tries to decide between the brilliance of this fandom and narrowing it down to just a handful. So like I said at the beginning of the stream, we are going to do a DEArtfest showcase at the end of the month to go back through what we missed, in Fanart of the Week. There's so much I can't include it in every OPWU. So we will be going back through and choosing other stuff and hang tight. This is just a handful of what I loved about this week. And I just want to shout out to these folks, but I mean, honestly, guys, I could have picked 40 or 50 different things just this week. It would have been overwhelming. So let's get started with this. I must say that if anything just killed me this week, it was this. This was the one that I had to comment on, I think, in every platform that I saw it on, and share it on every platform that I saw it on. I laughed so fucking hard at this. There's so much to unpack about Gavin and Nines as Latzos. There's the Nipper Zippers shirt. There's the fact that Gavin has not just Cheez-Its, but white cheddar Cheez-Its, just like he likes. The fact that Nines is carrying a stiletto. I mean, there's so much detail. So congratulations, Jay. This is absolutely fucking fantastic. I want to frame this on my wall and see it forever. This is amazing. So shout out to Jay Was a Blind Pirate. They've actually done, I don't know if every day, but there's been more than one DEArtfest thing submitted by Jay, and a lot of them are really good. So definitely go visit them on Tumblr, Twitter, and I believe Instagram as well. I think there's been actually more than one Lotso thing too. So congrats to that. Nipper Zippers, credit to Pillow for coining it. Absolutely, Neb. Another one who's just submitted something amazing every single day is Poldisker on Twitter and Instagram as well. This was one of my favorites, the proposal one. Just the concept of this, of Gavin, or of Nines practicing his proposal on Zen Gavin is so sweet, and I love this concept. I know that Zen Gavin was deleted, but I actually don't mind when you guys bring him back to life after the fact, because of art like this, because it's so sweet. So yes, Poldus, this is fantastic. This is also one of those usernames that I'm always going to butcher because I read the letters out of order, and I read them out of order in my brain, and it's just so sorry about that. I literally have to look at the username every time and pronounce every syllable as I go through it, just because my brain has convinced me that it's not this. So this is actually a GIF. I did want to shout this out, though. I don't usually do GIFs because they usually don't work with Fan Art of the Week, but I think even though this is not moving, this, you can tell exactly why this is dope. For College AU, Warded Mages did a blend of other stuff that these actors have been in, this being Seven Deadly Sins on the bottom and God Friended Me on the top. And that lighting, I know for a fact that lighting is really difficult to emulate and fake in post. I've tried to do it myself before. It's not easy. So shout out to Warded Mages for this, because this is really, really well done and really convincing looking, and also just really cool conceptually. I haven't seen anybody do anything like this. So this is really cool. Go visit them on Twitter to go see, and Instagram as well, I think, to see like the actual moving version of this. Inky Tortoise has posted some fantastic stuff this week as well for DEArtfest. This one was one of my favorites of the proposal day. Them all on a roller coaster with the signs. And also Gavin's little, "Oh, if you don't want to marry me, it's cool, no pressure," written underneath there. So cute. This is really, really wonderful. And Shay has done some really cool stuff for other days as well. So go visit Inky Tortoise on Twitter. Tallulah, dude, like, again, yet so hard to pick even amongst the 6 pieces that this artist has done themselves. But this one, I just really called to me for some reason, this Sharing a Bed Day. It's really, really sweet and captures them well. But I also really, really liked the College AU painting the art student one. That actually inspired me to go and read that fanfic that it was based off of, because I was really intrigued by the idea of Gavin being like a nude model for art student 9s. It was really sweet. So go find this on Twitter, and also like go find that fic. I think it was called Fine Lines and Heartstrings. It's really, really good. And yes, this is so pretty. And such a distinct style as well. Like, Tallulah has a really, really cool, distinct look to their art. I had to send this one to Michael Smallwood as soon as I sent it. Mint Art on Tumblr doing a College AU with Ada and Chris being theater professors. Now, I don't know how many of you know this, or even if the artist knew this, but Michael Smallwood actually teaches theater. Like, he's a teacher. That is his job in the real world. And I sent this to him and I was like, this is you. And he's like, "Oh yeah, no, I've answered this question about the skull in class before." He's like, "I've been asked this so many times." So this is super adorable. And I also just love that Ada has the Professor Trelawney look going on, and she so would if she was actually a professor at a college in theater. So this is wonderful. Congrats to Mint Art, and go visit them on Tumblr. Can't have Fan Art of the Week on DEArtfest without some cosplay acknowledgement. This one especially just floored me, from our lovely mods Bakasara and Dom Larry's. That's Sarah, I believe, in the cosplay, whereas Dom did the art and the coloring and all that sort of stuff, and actually edited the image. Sarah and Dom did some really cool stuff this week, but I think this was my favorite just by how much Sarah looks like Ada. I was really floored by this, and especially the combination of how much she looks like Ada and how good the Western style is at the same time. Like, this is exactly what a Western Ada cosplay would look like. So shout out to this. Also, go visit them on Twitter, both of them, because there's also another picture from the shoot where they have an actual horse. They actually brought out a horse for this cosplay. Fantastic, y'all. Mod love for Dom and Sarah. Sororo on Twitter has done some cool stuff this week, but this one just really struck me on day one. Reverse AU, just so cyberpunk in the colors and just a really really unique art style. I've noticed that their art every painting that they've done this week for the various prompts always has like a sparkly like quality to it that's really beautiful, and this one's no different. I just like, this is one you just sort of sit and marvel at for a second. I don't know if they're in the chat today, but if they are, definitely give them some love, because I'm not sure if I've seen their art around before Artfest. Maybe I have and I'm just not remembering the name. But yes, the talent, and go check out Twitter as well. There's some other lovely ones. The Sharing a Bed one is really lovely. The college one is really lovely. I don't know if I've seen any others, but I know what those two look like off the top of my head. I love all your Lotso stuff, guys, and this one's no exception. From Ye Emotional on Tumblr. The thing that sold me about this was Fun Hat. Like, this was one I actually, like, stopped Austin and showed him on my phone when I saw it, because it's just adorable. And also, like, Nine's sheriff coat is pretty dope, too. So this is fantastic. For Western AU, Ye Emotional on Tumblr. I think it's also, I think it's on Instagram as well. I don't know if it's under the same name. But, yeah, JJ says one of his faves. Me as well, for sure. One of my other faves. Again, Daphna can do no wrong. Daphna's stuff is consistently amazing. Go follow Daphna on Instagram to not miss any of it, because there has been some amazing, amazing stuff that Daphna has posted that just, like, takes my breath away every time. But the reason I picked this one above all the others is because the idea of Ada Dolores from Westworld just completely left me shook. I love this. I am a big fan of Westworld, particularly the first season, maybe not later seasons. But Ada and Dolores have a lot in common. They're the first of their kind. They're both very, like, violent and very strong, even though they were built to be meek. It's really, really cool. So this is super cool. I'm glad that Jill also saw this and commented on this as well, because I think Jill knows Westworld too. So yeah, Daphna, keep on keeping on. This is fucking amazing. Lone Lion's been posting stuff every day for DEArtfest. Shout out to Lone Lion in the chat. I think this one might have been my favorite just because you can't go wrong with sharks. Also, this is one of the more creative sharing a bed prompts that I have seen, although Lion has been taking all the prompts and putting a little bit of a twist on all of them. So definitely go follow them on Instagram, because I've loved seeing what Lion does with all of the different prompts, because none of them are what you think it's gonna be. The focus is always a little different from how you think. There's always a unique spin on it. So this one in particular, I mean, chonk love, right? And yes, the D stands for dumbass. I love that too. Shout out to Undead Bud. I think this is Share, right? On Instagram. Again, daily posts, all amazing. This one made me laugh my ass off. Of course, JJ's a nurse in real life, and Lotso was arrested for impersonating a medical professional. We can see why it's an impersonation, because he failed his CPR class. Definitely go to Instagram, check out the full version of this, because there's more frames. There's stuff that happens after Lotso decides to put the dummy's face on his face. And go check out their other entries as well. I especially love, I think Cher was the one that also did the Ada and North proposal on the motorcycle. I think that was here as well. I really, really loved that. So, and yes, Jim, this is definitely a reference to The Office. This is straight up a reference to The Office, but that just makes it better in my mind. I love The Office. And yes, his professor calls him Lotso instead of Lazarus. MCPled, another one who's done some awesome stuff, but this one just, like, of all the Android, like, Trindade Gavins, I think this one just, like, grabbed me by the guts. Like, this one is so cool. Such a good capturing of both actor and character. This is not under College AU. This is Reverse AU. I fucked up on the slide, but either way, go to MCPled on Instagram. And yeah, like, I'm seeing a lot of people say that they haven't seen this one in the chat. Go check it out. There's a lot of really cool stuff on their page. I think the hardest part of this was, like, not only finding amazing artists, but also having to choose just one piece out of y'all's stuff, because those of you who have been doing this for, like, 5-6 days in a row and been putting out a lot of awesome stuff, it's so hard for me just to even pick one, and this was one of those cases, so definitely go give some love to them and support all the stuff that they're doing. And finally, we're going to end Fan Art of the Week with some Ballerina love, Western AU from Bella J Arts on Instagram. I love all y'all's ballerina stuff. I saw some ballerina proposals. I saw some ballerina College AU. I know shout out to in the chat if they're there, did some cute ballerina stuff. But this is really sweet, especially. I never knew that Tiare and Carla would look so good in Western clothes until yesterday, because they really look good together in some of this Western AU stuff. And some of the, not to be forgotten, Chris and Maximilian look pretty good in some Western AU stuff too. The Read 900 stuff's amazing. I didn't, when I originally did Western AU, didn't think, I didn't think much of it, but what you guys have done with it, I believe that today I picked majority, like, Western AU stuff, that I got picked more than anything else, just because it was so original and inventive and, beautiful what you guys were doing. So that's Fan Art of the Week for this week. Again, we will be returning to this week for the stuff that didn't make it this week, for a showcase later at the end of the month for all of DEArtfest, because there's so much more to unpack. There's so much more to look at. There's, like I said, there's so many more pieces from, like, the artists even that I showed you today that are amazing, that, I'm just like, go to their profile, like, all of it, because they've done 5 or 6 amazing pieces, and I just picked, like, whatever was my personal fave for whatever reason. Yes, thank you, Kim. Don't forget your end of stream announcement. That's what mods are for. Awesome. So I kind of alluded to this earlier, but Killer Assistant is the directorial effort of Michael Whaley, who is set to direct On the Road Again with Maximilian and Michael. At the beginning of the year, when we did Octopunk Showcase, Killer Assistant was, set for the summer, and then Seven Deadly Sins was set for August, and all that's on. But then On the Road Again was set for October. It was going to be an October Patreon exclusive release, an all new movie starring Maximilian and Michael. It'll be a short film, like less than 10 minutes. With COVID, we were originally going to shoot On the Road Again in April, and then it got pushed to June, and then it got canceled. Well, I'm happy to say that we have set a new date, the cast and crew, and the only holdout is Brett right now. We're trying to get Brett to nail down his schedule and figure out what day he can come out to shoot it. But we are on for an end of August, early September shoot for On the Road Again, which will give us enough time to meet the October deadline, meaning that so far, all of our, with the exception of Octopunk Film Lab, which was supposed to come out this month, but will probably be more like Christmas at this point, just because I have not had time to write the lesson plans and film all the lessons and get all that together. But all of our actual fictional film projects will have been met for the year. So really excited about that. I know that that's kind of been in limbo. I haven't really been talking about it, but even though we have Synths coming up in August, you will also have a new film for all patrons $1 and up to look forward to in October as well. And a spooky horror film starring Maximilian and Michael as a couple who hit something with their car on a dark night. So yeah, I'm really excited to get back on set. We will be doing it safely. Don't worry. It's a super, super small set. It's not a public location. We're going to be all wearing masks. We're going to be doing it very, very safe. We've all been quarantining and everything too. There's a lot of film projects that we wouldn't be able to do right now with COVID going around, but I think this one, the way we have the script set up and everything and what we have planned for it, we can do it very safely, one night shoot, not have to worry about getting anybody sick. So yeah, we got a new film coming in October, which you already knew about, but now it's like announcing it for the second time just so we can be sure that it actually happens, because with all of our plans kind of getting like messed up with the coronavirus, that thing was in limbo, and now I can say that it's back on track and we're going to meet our deadline. So yes, on the road again, coming in October, officially to Patreon. Woohoo! And thank you, Kim, again, for reminding me of that announcement. I didn't think to announce it before, but I remembered that, like, me and the cast and crew, like, we did kind of talk about it this past weekend, and now in the back of my mind, it's like, oh no, like, that's actually happening now. I can talk about that now. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. It's been a lot of fun. Go head over to the Etsy store and pick up some merch if you are interested in what I had to talk about today. Keep contributing to DEArtfest. I love seeing your work. I can't wait to be tortured again next Monday as I go through 100 different beautiful paintings and have to narrow it down to like 10. And as always, stay great, hydrate, have a happy time zone.